All right, y'all. I've been pretty pleased with, how the audio's coming out. I think I sound great. The video, I realize, is totally trash. Um, I'll work on that. We'll get some claymation models or something, too. I don't know. We'll work on this placement and not throwing my phone around and what have you. Or doing stuff that the audio picks up out of the table. Yeah, I could see where there's a lot of room for improvement. Also, all this stuff has just been totally off the top of my head, so I know I've messed up a few words here and there. I feel awful about that, but I'm not going to point them out if you didn't catch them. I also think that, since I'm spending all the time to, upload these videos, that I should at least do the ones that I like the best, or that I think I do the best. Maybe they're not the greatest. But maybe before I do some of the dirty ones, I'll do a pretty one. And then it will kind of offset each other. You gotta have this variation, because those other ones aren't that pretty. So we're gonna get some. I want to write something gentle and sweet, something about the dapples of moondrops that caress your cheek. Words not of warning or dread, but of a million little kisses covering your head. Rhymes that wrap around, electrifying the senses as my body wraps yours like a cloak. Admiring beauty through lovers' lenses, giving your brow a soft finger stroke. Oh, please, I want stanzas so stuffed with steamy sensuality that send beads of sweat slide down the page. Give me meter that matches the pace of your heartbeat. They say in lovers' embrace one does not age. Give me cadence we can cuddle in the sun to, with a rhyme scheme of you, then me. Oh, dear, please let me help with the pen, and then you'll see. Let me write something gentle and sweet, words that are slow but decidedly delicious, like a delightful little treat. I think that's pretty. Very stereotypical, I know. Every fucking 10-year-old in the poetry class could have written that one, but I like it. I am the dragon, not of great wing or fire down on the moor, but a faint wisp of smoke that breathed under your door. I am the dragon, I'll hide in your pantry till all's fast asleep, for my scaly belly still requires a sacrificial feast. I'll chew through your children's toes with cackling glee, letting thick warm iron and screams satisfy me. Chest full of gold, my king, or belly full of screams, or both. Remember, I'm a dragon. My morals don't answer to your mortals. There's no terror too great. I'll add anything or anyone I want to my plate, or snatch your lamb and descend like smoke once again into the sand. Oh, the great dragons with wing and claw, they're the fear of the town. Watch them with wonder glide with fire up above. But it is the wee ones that creep around on the ground that you should be the most leery of. Well, that's not so cute, but it's kind of creepy, huh? What else do we got out here? So yeah, cover to keep you interested. What do we got? Why should not old men be mad, when some have known a likely lad that had a sound-fly fisherman's wrist turned into a drunken journalist? A girl who knew all of Dante once lived to bear children to a dunce. Or the Helen of social welfare's dream forced to climb a wagonette to scream. And some think it's a course of chance that should starve good men while bad advance. Though if their neighbors ever saw plain, as though upon a lighted screen, never would they find an unbroken happy mind. A finish worthy of the start, but young men know nothing of this sort. Only wise old men know it well, and when they've read the books and know what the stories tell, and know that no better can be had, know why an old man should be mad. There's Yeats for you, one of my favorites. My first love. That was actually my first love. No, of all poetry. I mean, that's not true. My first real love was also Yeats, but it was An Irish Airmen Foresees' death. I know that I shall meet my fate somewhere amongst the clouds above. Those that I fight I do not hate, and those that I guard I do not love. My country kill Tartar cross, my countrymen kill Tartar poor. No likely end nor bitter loss could bring them happier than before. No law nor duty bade me fight, nor jeering crowds. A lonely impulse of delight led to this tumult in the crowds. Clouds, tumult in the clouds, Brian. I balanced all, but all the mind the years before seem a waste of breath the years behind, in balance with this life, this death. That was one of my first real favorites. I'll give y'all one of my favorites, though. I mean, by speaking about first loves, platonic ones. Well, Jesus was nailed to a stick and Buddha sat under a tree. Who you'd like to follow, just take your pick. It doesn't much matter to me. If you're looking for an example to live by or just a helping hand, you need look no further than the town of Dingle in the state of Ireland. There is a savior. Not from ancient Galilee, but she does live in a quaint little home by the everlasting sea. Not an unkind word has left her lips, and you can be sure she'll offer you tea. If you're blind to the love Jesus spoke of, come, and you will see. For there's no finer person you'll ever hope to meet. She'll pass you a joint in warm clothes and you're cold, wet, and been sleeping on the street. Why, a pilgrimage to Mecca's grand if you've the time, and a visit to Lourdes might cure you if you're crippled or blind. But there's a power of healing the likes you've never seen, just to sit in the company of Josephine. Oh, how the crickets chirp in their deafening roar, and the moths beat out the rhythm above the bright bulb above the door. All's the while I sit and rhyme with deadly stick and bottle of wine, working diligently to waste time. 'Cause I'm not planning years ahead or making money, I just live my life till I go to bed. I've heard the most complex of problems to solve with the simplest of minds. I hear people every day chasing their tail and cursing those who fall astray to the powers of the land and the powers of the mind. But I've chosen to live my life with nothing in the bank but time. I think there's another stanza to that, I'm forgetting. Rizla rolling and wine guzzling is all we are to some, but as they trudge through life, we float by with power from the sun. They use harsh and vulgar words to relay the way they feel, but the ink like blood on this paper slice makes the message connect. It makes the message real. Our lives wander like lost butterflies, floating from flower to flower amidst the darkening sky. We live life like it is our last hour, for we know that all too quickly the thread will be cut. And in those last precious seconds, our thoughts will not be of what the work we had done or the times we felt sad, but of loved ones and the mighty time we had had. What's the deal, yo? You got a spit stream of consciousness to pull up to this show? Someone told me it takes an old deadbeats pro with new age flow, but me? I don't know. Seem like that ain't the only game. After a few, don't they seem like one and the same? It's like, well, homie just won the lotto. It's all short quips and shouting staccato. But me, I got that sentence structured like pudding, smooth and sweet, like you want to stick your dick in. Spread those big sloppy thighs and take a lick in. Drop a spoon, have a stir. Ooh, it thicken. 'Cause I got that long, flowery verse with so many commas giving wood to Charles Dickens' pine, that is. Colorado blaze fire, but don't get it confused. They ain't like a motherfucker if he ain't never used. Single syllable rhymes, that is. Was that meterless like infinity or so multidimensional it's devoid of vector? Do these bars need a rhyme and time in order for you to get there? Or can it just be a gentle tale of longing and dreams come true? Or must it be filled with the vexation of society and the whirlwind of the soul to impress you? Why, it might be a gentle, stuttering, fluttering rhyme, I'm. Either way, folks, be it sung, spun, or side-slung, we all hope you had a great time, I'm. Part of the show is in the poet's own style, you see, witnessing their courage and beauty. Even if they scream the whole way through, does it rhyme, does it dance, does it talk straight to you? There'll be one for sure tonight that you'll remember tomorrow. It's unbridled joy, desire, and delight. Or maybe it was the one overflowing with sorrow. You hear the twittering sparrows of spring and how a deserving ex caught a swing at the baseball bat. Hey, now, it wasn't a story, but about a hope. But I guess if you were here, you would have known that. These neighbors of yours perform their cape at the door to perform great art for you here in the evening, and it's no mean feat to stand on that stage and to pull your heart directly from your rib cage and to stand there with it pumping and quivering with nervousness for the world to judge and see its faint traces of murmur and disease, before stuffing it back, racing the clock in the searing lights, and it's your applause that sews them shut for another week of carrying kryptonite. But if you've sat at the audience here at radio or the Merc, why, there's nothing average about you anyway. So don't be shy and get up here and on at us lay. Give us your passion, give us your teeth, or just tell us about your worst fucking day. We'll be easy on you as you are with us. No one's ever rude. And a thrill like no other that you'll be endued. It is a rush for sure to stand in front of one another and share something that connects one another. So if you're not getting on stage tonight because you left your notebook at home or you get headaches in the light, I know I've made them all for one of the other fears, and what a horrible waste all those precious years. So if you're not getting on stage tonight, I fucked that all up. So don't let another week go by without giving it a rolling around in the head. Rather than fearing it, you might come to find you really love it instead. You know, it's rather hard to look at yourself while you do this. I mean, I haven't practiced doing that before, so it's going to be something I'm going to have to practice. Because me looking at myself just totally throws off my concentration. I'm so goddamn good looking that I'm like, oh, I was talking to shit. You know how it happens. I know some of y'all probably just look at me like, I didn't even know he was doing poetry. I'm just kidding. I'll put a shirt on. Surely there's another one. We should take a coffee break and come back. No, it's supposed to be coffee break poetry. Yeah, so we gotta have one. Or we can't take a coffee break. Yeah.